Strange writing rituals? Whatever do you mean?
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Welcome to Friday. This is Alex, and this week we are talking about strange rituals and superstitions in relation to writing, which honestly I didn't think I had. And then today I started to write, and I realized that in fact I do. So, just to give you an example, let's talk about what I went through for my last manuscript. 1. Music. Now, I used to be the type of person who had to write in complete silence, and trust me, through boarding school and college, that drove both me and my roommate a little bit insane. Thankfully, over the years, I've developed a taste for listening to music while writing. Most notably, in this last version of my manuscript, I listened to the Sucker Punch soundtrack every single minute for every single word for the entire rewrite. I don't have a play count on my music program, which is probably for the best, because I would be ashamed at the number of times that I have listened to that soundtrack. But I can blame that for all of the badassery that happened, and I'm kind of okay with that. 2. I have to be alone. There are a lot of writers out there who love going to coffee shops and sitting down and writing, and I am not one of them. There is something about having other people around that makes it so I can't concentrate. And it's not because I have a short attention span, because I do have a short attention span, and I really like looking at pretty people. It's more that I'm very secretive about what I'm writing. I don't know, I suppose you write some sort of scene in a book with gay vampires, and the last thing you want is for some random passerby to look over your shoulder and read about the seduction. And so yeah, I have to be alone. Always. Number 3, I have to be caffeinated in some way, shape, or form. I have always loved sitting down and having a cup of coffee. Whether I make it myself or I've bought it in, I have to be caffeinated. And the last revision that I did, which was basically a full rewrite of the manuscript, I did it in 2 weeks, and I rewrote the entire thing, and it was after a full day of teaching kids circus. So I would put on a pot of coffee, and I would drink like 4 cups of very strong Starbucks espresso coffee, and I would write for hours listening to Sucker Punch in my studio. And I have a feeling that if anyone walked by, they would probably have thought that I was crazy, because I do this for hours, and I would get shaky, and it was fantastic. So I suppose those are my rituals. I don't really have any superstitions about writing, save for backing everything up, and I highly recommend you back everything up every 5 minutes, because I've had computers crash, and I've had many friends lose their entire writing lives, and I will not be one of them. So what are your superstitions? And again, in terms of writing, I really, really don't want to know what you guys do in your free time. Actually, I do.